Welcome, dear listeners, to the English Commute, the podcast where we make English learning engaging and practical for your daily journey. I'm your host, and today I'm thrilled to be joined by our special guest.
Thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure to be here on the English Commute and share some insights with our amazing audience.
Today we're tackling a question that often makes even native speakers pause. Tell me about yourself. It sounds simple, but it can be surprisingly tricky, especially when you're learning English.
Absolutely. It's not just about listing facts. It's about making a connection and presenting yourself effectively. It's a skill that's useful in so many situations, from job interviews to meeting new friends, and even just casual conversations during your commute.
Exactly. So let's break it down. When someone asks you to tell them about yourself, where do you even begin?
I always recommend starting with the basics, but quickly moving to something that shows your personality. So beyond just your name, maybe a quick mention of what you do or a key passion that makes you, well, you.
That makes sense. It sets the stage. Let's try a little role play. Tell me about yourself.
All right. I'm a software engineer with a passion for creating innovative solutions. Outside of work, I'm an avid hiker and love exploring new trails, especially those with a great view.
Excellent. Short, sweet, and gives me a few hooks to ask follow-up questions about your work or your hiking adventures. Now, let's expand on that. What about your background or where you're from? How do you weave that in naturally?
I think it's great to add a touch of your origin, especially if it's unique or has shaped who you are. For example, I could say, I grew up in a small coastal town, which probably explains my love for the outdoors and the ocean, a stark contrast to the city bustle.
That's a lovely detail. It adds a personal touch and helps people understand you better. It's not just a fact. It's a piece of your story that makes you relatable.
Precisely. And then you can transition into your interests or passions. What truly excites you? This is where your personality shines and where you can really connect with others.
So instead of just saying, I like reading, you could say, I'm a huge fan of historical fiction, and I often get lost in stories from ancient civilizations, imagining life in those times.
Exactly. It's more descriptive and inviting. It gives the other person something specific to engage with, perhaps even finding common ground.
And what about your professional journey? How do you talk about your work without sounding like you're just reading your resume?
The key is to focus on what you enjoy about your work and what motivates you. Instead of just stating your job title, explain why you do what you do. For instance, as a software engineer, I'm particularly drawn to projects that challenge me to think creatively and solve complex problems, especially when it benefits users directly.
That's a fantastic tip. It shows enthusiasm and a deeper connection to your profession. It's not just a job, it's a meaningful pursuit.
And finally, I like to touch upon aspirations or what I'm looking forward to. It shows you're forward-thinking and engaged. Something like, I'm currently looking to expand my skills in artificial intelligence and explore how it can be applied to environmental conservation, a field I'm deeply passionate about.
Wow, that's a comprehensive yet concise way to answer. It covers so many aspects without overwhelming the listener. So, to recap, we're looking at name and role, origin/background, interests/passions, professional journey, and a hint of aspirations.
That's a solid framework, but it's also crucial to remember that you don't have to use all of these points every time. The context matters immensely.
Absolutely. A job interview will require a more professional and achievement-oriented answer, while a casual gathering with new acquaintances allows for a lighter, more personal touch.
For an interview, you'd emphasize your skills and experiences relevant to the role. I'm a dedicated project manager with 5 years of experience leading cross-functional teams, and I'm passionate about optimizing workflows to achieve strategic goals.
And for a new social setting, you might focus on your hobbies or a recent interesting experience. Hi, I'm your host for the English Commute, and I recently started learning pottery, which has been surprisingly therapeutic and a great way to unwind.
Perfect examples. The goal is always to be authentic and to invite further conversation. Don't just deliver a monologue, make it a dialogue starter.
That's such an important distinction. It's not a test, it's an opportunity to connect and build rapport.
And practice makes perfect. Rehearse your answers, but don't memorize them word for word. You want to sound natural and confident, like you're just having a friendly chat.
Exactly. Confidence comes from knowing what you want to say and being comfortable with your own story.
So next time someone asks you, tell me about yourself, take a deep breath, remember these tips, and share a little piece of your amazing self.
Thank you so much for these invaluable insights. This has been incredibly helpful for our listeners on the English Commute.
My pleasure. Always happy to help our listeners become more fluent and confident, one conversation at a time.
And to all our listeners, we hope this episode empowers you to answer that question with ease and confidence. Remember to subscribe to the English Commute for more practical English learning tips and engaging discussions.
And if you enjoyed this episode, please give us a like and share it with your friends and family who are also on their English learning journey. Your support helps us reach more learners.
We'd also love to hear from you. In the comments below, tell us about yourself using some of the tips we discussed today. We can't wait to read your introductions and learn a little about our community.
Until next time, keep practicing, keep learning, and keep sharing your unique story wherever your commute takes you.
Goodbye for now, everyone.
Bye.